It's weird knowing that someone else's blood is going in me. I'm moving around. I'm trying to get the blood flowing. I feel pretty lousy.
What you feeling?
I just feel weak, tired, and like I can't get enough air in. I finally almost got my blood, but then they took it away as soon as it got into my room. They brought in the regular whole blood, I guess, and I need irradiated packed red blood cells instead, because that's normally what they give to transplant patients because they have no immune system, and because my immune system sucks and I don't have any B cells and my IgG is low and all that jazz, I need the irradiated.
That shouldn't be telling them. They should already know that.
Even though I've told just about everybody who has come in to discuss blood that they forgot, because today I did not reiterate that fact and it must have slipped their minds, and so when they went and ordered my blood today, it didn't get here correctly. So they're trying to get the proper orders in so I can get blood and get the heck out of Dodge. There are confirmed cases of coronavirus in my hospital, and everybody says that I need to get out of here. I need to not open the door. And then the oncologist said that I need to run away from anybody with a blood pressure cuff or a thermometer, anything that could deter me from going home. So they're giving me blood so I don't have to come back through the ER. The bleeding, I've stopped passing as much blood, but just because I'm not passing it doesn't mean that it's not so bleeding necessarily, because I do get like increased abdominal pain when it's bleeding, but when I'm bleeding but not releasing it. But I still think all in all the bleeding has improved, and this is much better than the time in Cincinnati. It's traveling down.
No, I'm just trying to, don't want it to drip. With saline, I would have had this done.
Well, hopefully only a couple more hours then y'all get out of here and get home.
It's okay. We've been here this long. A few more hours. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt, right?
Yeah, I gotta stay in here with you.
Say what you gonna say.
I'm vlogging.
Oh, go ahead, babe.
I'm finally getting my blood.
It's 4 p.m. and we're on our way. We should be tucked away. Oh my goodness, that won't be done till 8.
Now, what I was gonna ask you, if she vital signs good at 100, when I recheck it, can I block it to 130?
If she wants you to.
That's
sure.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Normally, 130 to 150 I would, if
Okay.
your vitals are good.
Okay.
So I'm talking to you. That's what I would normally
I
do.
love her.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's how people get out between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speed it up.
but I want all us to be on the same page here.
It's weird knowing that someone else's blood is going in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder whose it is. What person was sitting in that chair that day
Give Cheyenne a pick me up.
and getting their cookies and water and
I'm gonna go donate, Shy. Very soon. As soon as this stuff calms down, I want to go donate.
Yeah, they begging for blood.
well, supposedly the places you donate at are taking precautions. They're checking temperatures and such.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you're supposed to do that anyway. Now. Your
Yeah.
temperature.
Mhm.
So when you go donate, they check your blood pressure and your pulse and your temperature now.
Back in high school, they would never let me donate because I didn't weigh
You're
enough.
just small. You're small frame. Don't you supposed to think over 100?
Yeah, I mean, if this baby girl ever hits triple digits,
That'll be a miracle.
yeah.
Well, I used to be 113 pounds when I was 12.
Okay.
She had boobs.
But
A little bit,
now,
huh, Shy?
but then the GI problems progressed, and I've just been
And you
all
said you was how old when the GI started progressing again?
around 12 or 13. So I hit my max weight then at 12 and 13, and then everything got worse with the GI, and then it just went down. Well, I got back up to 107 when I was doing really good. But even when they put me on tube feeds and TPN, I just don't gain. Okay. What are we doing, Silvino?
None.
Did you break the shovel?
Yeah, the other day.
I'm reacting
No,
to
I was trying to
something
fry that thing up.
because the other day I decided to have this bright idea that I was gonna eat SpaghettiOs, and that was a bad idea. And I've been just reacting ever since. I only ate a bite, but yeah. But we're building our garden beds now. Well, Silvino is.
Huh?
He looks very Mexican right now.
Especially since I haven't shaved in like 2 weeks.
Looks like Pablo or something.
Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar. He's not Mexican though.
Handsome.
Oh God.
Here's my little nursery.
Oh, little guy's out.
Yeah, I promised him.
You promised him?
Uh-huh. So right here we've got marigolds in yellow and orange. And then we've got dwarf marigolds right here. And that's my peony that hasn't had flowers on it yet. These right here, the white ones and the little pink and white ones, they're just perennials to plant near other flowers. Then we've transplanted some of my lima beans, tomatoes, and lettuce out of the starter pots. And that was also my mom's, but it's not making 2 weeks ago, I decided to do Omegaven lipids instead of intralipid. And intralipid, okay, well, first of all, lipids are a component of IV nutrition, which is TPN. And you need your fats, which are what lipids are, to survive. Normally in basic TPN, they give you something called intralipid. And intralipid is made of 100% soy, and that is difficult for the liver and other organs like the kidneys to process. So for the long-term TPN patients, they normally switch to something called SMOF. And SMOF are comprised of soy, MCT, which is coconut oil, olive oil, and fish oil. I trialed that back in October and had anaphylaxis on my second infusion. We would have sworn it was the coconut oil because I do not have the best track record with coconut. But 2 weeks ago, we switched to a third lipid called Omegaven, which is 100% fish oil, and I reacted almost immediately. So now we know that fish is my problem. But Omegaven and SMOF are both supposed to be easier for the liver to process. So to help my liver along, since there are multiple factors here contributing to the liver disease. So SMOF, Omegaven, and intralipid, those are the three main lipids, and there aren't really many other options in the US. There was a new one that was just FDA approved in late last year called Clinolipid. And Clinolipid is not as good as Omegaven and SMOF, but it is better than the intralipid. And Clinolipid right here is made up of 20% soy and 80% olive oil. So I am trialing that today. And we are praying it goes well because, like I said, this is pretty much the last option. And my pharmacist didn't even know about it. I'm the one who found it when I was trying to research other options. They were not aware that it was even available in the US yet. So we're going very, very slow now. We are doing a quarter of my dose. And once we know whether I tolerate it or not, then we will mix it in with my TPN.
You haven't started it because it runs 12 hours, so I'm gonna.
And they have it going at like some
It only goes at like
weird
4
speed,
miles an
yeah.
hour or something.
And that's just gonna clog my line because that's what lipids do. They just clog your line. Especially PICC lines. So we're gonna run it over this ancient CAD pump right here.
But that's your preference.
But yes, this is my preference.
You don't have to have that.
They have the, oh goodness, the Curlin. But I cannot stand the Curlin. It's bulky, number one, and way heavier when I'm having to carry around multiple pumps
It's
all
just
day.
short. It's kind of short and chunky.
And on top of that, it has this incessant blinking light. That it doesn't matter what you do, that blinking light shows through everything. So you're trying to sleep and you've got this blinking light in the corner of your eye. We've tried putting tape over it, blankets, and it still
Makes it
goes through. So we are starting this now, and I guess I will update everyone on how it goes. I did not record my not my Intralipid, but my Omegavin trial because I just didn't feel like it. Sometimes you just don't feel like vlogging and picking up the camera, and that was one of those times. The Clinolipid was not a disaster. I would consider that a success. So next week, I normally do lipids 3 times a week. So they're gonna send 2 bags of Intralipid, 1 bag that would normally have Intralipid, but instead has no lipids. And then I will run the next trial dose of the Clinolipid with that bag so that with all the shortages, I do not have to waste. We're doing round 2 of gardening. I was out there for like 15 minutes this morning and I got too sick and hot and had to go in, even though it's not really all that hot, but I don't do good in the heat. I'm gonna try this again in the hill. But it's very good, I think, to force yourself to move. Getting deconditioned does not help matters. It just exacerbates my pots. So I'm planting like a row of marigolds, then lettuce, then another row of marigolds, and then we're gonna put my beans up over there. Doing my bush beans.
I wonder if people are going to be like, you're not supposed to go out there in the garden.
It's all about what you can handle.
I personally don't have problems with garden with heat. And I am like getting out of breath. But I mean, it's a
You're
workout
stupid.
and we're deconditioning. Like where I'm.
Here, I got it right here, Shai. You gotta have the teamwork makes dream work. I'm gonna flip it and you're gonna take the lid off.
I think if we're doing it more in the center of this, we got our hole.
You're the digger.
And that's how you do it.
We're gonna have to be living off the land. We've got our marigolds, 2 rows of lettuce, then more marigolds. This is supposed to be romaine or butter lettuce or something, but I'm not sure it's gonna make it. Especially that lonely little one. I think I broke the root. The flowers are supposed to keep the bugs off. It's supposed to attract the insects to the flower rather than having them go to your lettuce.
You can do some of those flowers over here too.
Broccoli needs the flowers the most, apparently. And I'm not sure how much we'll have enough for.